さてやってきましたね。これが、ナショナルギャラリーです。本作に登場する、ロンドン市内の、場所はすべて実在するもので、その当時の風俗なんかも再現されています。
Fragile. The museum transports china?
Art is precious, my dear Watson, but it's true that this crate is a curious size. I'd say 3 feet 3 inches on 2 sides by 6 foot 6.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the National Gallery of Painting. As it's such a lovely day outside, you're the only visitors at the moment, and likely will be for the whole day, as the minimum number of people for a guided tour is...
We're not here to visit the museum, young man. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes? The famous detective?
Indeed, I have reason to believe that a theft is being planned that will take place here, perhaps as early as today.
A robbery?
I'm not certain, but there is a good reason to believe that is the case. We have contacted Inspector Lestrade at Scotland Yard, and he should be joining us momentarily. Meanwhile, rest assured that we are here in an official capacity. In the meantime, you can certainly help us. One of the paintings will play a part in the matter, but I don't yet know exactly which one. I do, however, have a few clues that should tell something to a specialist like yourself.
Ah, yes, of course. As it happens, I've only been working here for 3 days. Actually, I'm an apprentice, and my duties here are essentially administrative.
では質問してみます。まず、ここの美術館のディレクター、支配人についてです。
Pray tell, would I be correct in deducing that the elder of the 2 men that we can see up there is the director of the museum?
Yes, that is Sir Pointer. He could certainly assist you better than I, but at the moment he's terribly occupied and will be for some time.
But the location that you are proposing is unworthy of my work. All of my pieces are hymns to color and light. It's the very stars, the sun that you want to extinguish?
Please understand, dear sir, the entrance hall is reserved for temporary exhibitions. We are able to add more lighting.
In that case, you would have to provide lanterns across the whole length of the ceiling, and to use the most refined oil possible. Definitely not gas. And mirrors to reflect the light, along with some canvases in basic colors to bring out the contrasts.
We will do all that we possibly can.
Nevertheless, I insist that a number of my works must be on the main floor next to the large pieces.
But our rooms are already full, and, as you know, each has its specific subject. Too much modernism?
How can there be too much modernism? Modernism doesn't exist. Only art exists. Art is timeless. Art is cosmic.
Well, sir, perhaps we should continue this conversation in my office.
続いて、取引帳簿について聞いてみます。
Then you must certainly have a ledger of the works that are shown in the museum, with a description of each painting.
Yes, Sir Pointer entrusted it to my care this morning so I could familiarize myself with the collection, but I lost it. I know I make a rather feeble archivist, but while I was doing a tour of the museum, the painting that Mr. Pointer is now dealing with arrived, along with cases full of canvases that he had to quickly inventory.
The case of the missing ledger. What do you make of it, Watson? Listen, Mr.
Palinor, sir.
Palinor, my friend and I will make our way through the museum in order to find the ledger. If you lost it while touring the museum and it wasn't back on the desk, then it must be in one of the galleries. Stay here and we will return to see you when we have found it, and not a word of it to the director.
Certainly, sir. With many thanks. I will continue to do my inventory and await you.
ブループリント、これはこの美術館の見取り図のことですかね。青写真ということだと思います。
Tell me, young man, would you happen to have a blueprint of the building in order to facilitate the task at hand?
Ah, yes, yes. Where did I put it? Oh, yes, here it is.
これで、この美術館のマップを見ることができるというわけです。
Farewell, Palinor.
さて、では、早速、歩き回ってみることにしましょうか。で、これが、ナショナルギャラリー・オブ・ペインティング、今いる美術館の見取り図です。上から見た図ですね。で、ここですね。ここが、エントランスホールで、今、ホームズが立っているところです。で、まず最初にやることは取引帳簿を探すということなんですが、その前に一通りこの美術館の中をぐるーっと、この左を通ってぐるーっとこう回ってみることにします。ここが支配人室です。
I said I didn't want to be disturbed.
The painter who was conversing with the director has such character, to the point of taking some of it out on this poor plant.
じゃあまずはこの小さい、部屋から見ていきましょう。
German gallery.
ドイツ人画家のギャラリーですね。全部の絵を見ていくのはちょっと時間的にあれなので、適当にランダムに選んで、一部屋1枚か2枚っていう感じで見ていきたいと思います。ちなみにこれ全部の絵に、ホームズの解説がついてるんですよね。なかなかすごいです。
The Ambassadors, 1533 by Hans Holbein the Younger. In the foreground, we can see a distorted skull, a symbol of mortality.
ホームズは美術の知識もかなりありますからね。
Ooh, Judith in the Tent of Holofernes by Johann Liss, 1595 to 1631. What will she do with that head? Tobias and the Archangel Raphael by Adam Elsheimer, German painter. The Archangel should ask what kind of bait he used. This canvas was acquired in 1894 by the National Gallery. It was based on the composition he had previously done.
次はこちらの部屋を見ていきましょ
う。The Spanish Painters Gallery.
スペイン人画家のギャラリーです。割と宗教画が多いのかなっていう感じですね。
A lovely painting by Murillo. Impressive. Christ healing the paralytic at the pool of Bethesda by Murillo, one of the most important figures in Baroque painting in Spain during the 18th century.
イエス・キリストの絵ですかね。
The Toilet of Venus by Diego Velázquez, who was considered, along with Francisco Goya and El Greco, as one of the greatest artists in all of Spanish history. French Painters Gallery.
フランス人画家のコーナーです。
The Battle of Genappe by Horace Vernet, one of the victories of the French Revolution.
割と雄大な戦の絵がありますね。
The Emperor Napoleon I, or Bonaparte as we English prefer, painted by Horace Vernet.
ナポレオンの肖像画です。意外とハゲ散らかしてるんですね。
A Canvas by Joseph Vernet, my great-great-uncle.
ジョゼフ・バーネットというフランス人画家はなんとホームズの大叔父という設定だそうです。でまあこの部屋はまあこんなところですかね。でここもフランス人画家なのかな。ちょっと一枚見てみますか。何を見ようか。
Mr. and Mrs. Andrews by Gainsborough, an unfinished painting. An unrivaled landscape artist, he was obliged to do portraits in order to earn a living.
ここはフランス人画家じゃなくてイギリス人画家のコーナーになるんですかね。割とこう落ち着いた自然の絵が多いですね。
English Painters Hall.
イギリス人画家です。あとまあ肖像画がやっぱり圧倒的に多いんでしょうね。
Dr. Ralph Schomburg by Thomas Gainsborough, 1727 to 1788.
ちなみにここにかかってる絵はもちろん全部実在する、絵画です。
Dutch Gallery.
オランダ人画家のコーナーですかね。割とこう落ち着いたタッチの絵が多くて、私は結構こういう絵が好きですね。
A terrible naval battle scene by Ludolf Baskhuyzen. A winter scene with skaters near a castle by Averkamp, 1585 to 1634, one of the greatest painters from the Dutch school of the 17th century. He specialized in winter scenes. The painting originally extended into a square shape.
ゴッホってオランダ人ですよね、確か。ゴッホの絵はないみたいですね。なんででしょうね。
The Flemish artists are found here.
フレミッシュアーティストっていうのはですね、フランドル派のことで、そういう写実主義、ベルギー西部からフランス北のあたりで起こった写実主義の、一派ですね。フランドル派の画家は、ブリューゲルとか、あとルーベンス、フランダースの犬に出てくる画家だと思うんですけど、それから、ファンダイクとかいう、結構有名な画家が、そのフランドル派ですね。まあ、ここがフランドル派の、絵画のコーナーです。
A work by David Teniers, the younger. Rubens, The Judgment of Paris. What a dilemma. Paris had to choose between one of the three divinities, Venus, Juno, or Minerva, and anger the other two in the process.
There was nothing to it but choose all three.
ルーベンスの絵みたいですね。私は結構こういう写実画が大好きですね。まあ画家かどうかわかんないんですけど、イラストレーターかもしれないんですけど、ノーマン・ロックウェルが大好きですね。あとサルバドーレ・ダリとか、割と写実寄りの画家が好きです。
Van Dyck in person. This artist had a huge influence on English portraitists. He is considered to be the creator of the English school of painting. Canvas painted around 1620. Unknown artist from the Flemish school.
フランドル派の画廊ですかね。もう天井いっぱいまで絵が敷き詰められています。当時の画廊の様子でしょうね。で、ここはさっき見た、どこだっけ、ドイツ人画家なので、こっちに行ってみたいと思います。ここは、
The Gallery of Italian Works.
イタリアですね。やっぱり、ルネサンスとかやっぱり、絵画の本場っていう感じで、 対策が多いですね。見ていきましょう。
The origin of the Milky Way, painted around 1575 and bought in 1890 by the National Gallery, executed by Jacopo Robusti, known as Tintoretto, which comes from tintore, as his father was a dyer. At least his business was merely dyeing and not death. A painting by Veronese, the family of Darius before Alexander.
アレキサンダー大王の絵ですかね。
A study by Tiepolo. The Trojans bring the Greek horse into their city, causing their own ruin. Thus it's best to beware of certain gifts.
トロイの木馬の絵でしょうか。木馬っていう感じじゃないですけどね。でもトロイア戦争とか言ってましたよね、確か。
This painting depicts the gods Venus and Mars by Botticelli. This painting was exhibited for the first time in 1874 in the National Gallery.
ボッティチェリの絵です。
The Supper at Emmaus, where the resurrected Jesus appears to his disciples, painted by Caravaggio, 1571 to 1610. He was a master of chiaroscuro, and the Caravaggism movement was named after him.
カラバッジオの絵ですね。さて、まあここでこんな感じで、ギャラリーの方はここで終わってますね。こっちは工房になります。
Closed. Closed.
まあ今は閉まってるみたいです。さてそんなわけで一周してきたわけなんですが、帳簿を探しに行きましょう。ありましたね。これじゃないでしょうか。
Well, it seems that we've found the famous ledger. It's written in shorthand, and there are hundreds of entries. Let's bring it to the archivist.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
Here is your ledger, my friend.
You found it! Many thanks. You won't say anything to Sir Pointer?
Rest assured, are you familiar with how the entries are written? Everything seems to be abbreviated.
I understand how to locate a thematic group and how to read a description, but I am struggling with the location codes.
It's better than nothing at the moment. We're searching for a painting that has a connection to the Battle of Trafalgar.
Depicting what exactly?
According to this poem, it could be...
さて、クイズです。この英文は、トラファルガーの戦いをモチーフにした絵には何が描かれているのか。トラファルガーの戦いの絵には何が描かれているのでしょうかという問題です。これはあんまり深く考えすぎると、かえって厄介な問題でシンプルに考えてください。ちなみにトラファルガーっていうのは確かトラファルガー海峡だったと思うので、これはトラファルガーの海戦、海の戦になります。海の戦で描かれていなきゃいけないものが2つあります。一つは、海戦ですからもちろん海が描かれていないといけないんですが、もう一つは、何でしょう。それがこの答えになります。お分かりでしょうか。トラファルガーの海戦で必ず書かれていなければいけないものを考えてください。答えは、これです。もちろん海戦なわけですから船が書かれてないといけません。ちなみにこのシップっていうのは、ボートでも OK です。
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
It might refer to a boat. Its master was Admiral Nelson, and the thief wanted to run it aground. Moreover, the boat would have a French name.
Wait, I have a suggestion. A very popular painting, symbolic even, the Fighting Temeraire, a Turner. In this painting, Turner is described as having mastered painting techniques, and it is one of the most beautiful English paintings of all time. The subject, a boat by the French name of Temeraire, was involved in the Battle of Trafalgar and distinguished itself by protecting Victory, the flagship on board which was...
Victory, did you say?
Yes, Admiral Nelson was on board. Temeraire received a special distinction, but I am not certain of which. The painting shows it being towed to the breaker's yard, I believe.
Where would I find it?
I don't know. You would have to search through the English works of this century near the west section of the gallery.
My thanks, Palinor. Come, Watson, let's take a look at the painting.
ルパンの挑戦状にあった、フランスの名前を持っている裏切り者というのは、船だったんですね。ネルソン提督が、乗っていてフランスに、大勝利した、その船の名前が、フランスの名前を持っていたということですね。で、それを描いた絵が、イギリスのコーナーにあると、ここかな？これかな？
The Fighting Temeraire. Splendid. What do you think?
I agree it's splendid. The existence of this painting would seem to give credit to this whole affair.
As long as this painting remains on this wall, this letter, even if it is eloquent and provocative, is nothing more than a letter. It is possible that all of this could be a hoax with no substance whatsoever. We will know soon enough, as the theft will have to take place tonight.
We must warn the museum's director, Holmes.
You are correct, Watson. Shall we?
どうやらこれがルパンのターゲットのようですね。ネルソン提督の乗っていたフランスの名前を持つ船の絵というわけでしょうか。ちょっともし間違ってたらごめんなさい。で、もう一つ調べ忘れていたものは、この絵です。
Watson, come quickly.
What is it, Holmes? What have you found?
A painting by my great uncle, Horace Vernet. I had forgotten that his work could be found here. It is certainly this ancestor to whom Lupin made reference in his letter. Such talent, don't you think?
Who? Lupin?
No, Vernet. Albeit Lupin also, but in a different field.
先ほどのルパンの手紙で、ホームズにフランス人の先祖がいると言っていましたが、この、バーネイというフランス人画家のことを指しているようです。さあ、というわけで、ルパンのターゲットが分かったので、支配人と話をします。
Fantastic! Superb!
There, Maestro. I believe that everything is settled.
This collaboration will be my crowning glory, my masterpiece. Merci!
I have finished the inventory of the works of art, Director. Oh, and I have the pleasure of introducing the great detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion, Dr. Watson.
Good day, gentlemen. It's with pleasure that I welcome you to our gallery. I trust that you are here for pleasure and not business?
I am afraid that is not the case.
Oh.
When it is no longer a matter of art, the artist must make his excuses. Messieurs, until we meet again, no need to accompany me. I know the way.
My apologies, gentlemen. Have you been waiting long?
Mr. Palinor was able to answer all of our most urgent questions. Tell me, who was that man who just left?
That was Horace Valmont, a French painter. One of the best, seemingly. His letters of recommendation come from some of the grandest salons in Paris.
A Frenchman? Let's take a look, Watson.
Yes, he's very avant-garde. He heard that we were showing the works of modern painters during our temporary exhibitions. He has loaned us a number of paintings and has promised to donate those that have the greatest success to the museum.
Lestrade, just in time. And the Frenchman, Watson?
Gone?
Director, this is Inspector Lestrade from Scotland Yard. Lestrade, this is the Director of the National Gallery, Sir Pointer, and his assistant, Mr. Palinor. Lestrade, would you have your constable on duty guard the entrance and make sure that nobody comes into the museum? Director, is there anything else?
No, but...
If you would care to follow me, I'll show you what the motivation behind all of this is. The reason for this little gathering is this letter that I received at my lodgings this morning. Without getting into too much detail, it claims that this painting, The Fighting Temeraire, will be stolen tonight.
Pardon?
There now. It's because of a letter that you've disturbed me. You believe that?
I would never have taken the liberty to disturb you if this letter, the authenticity of which I must admit hasn't been completely confirmed, was not written by the one and only Arsène Lupin.
Arsène Lupin?
Arsène Lupin?
Arsenal? Who? Lou? What?
Arsène Lupin, the most wanted cat burglar in the world. We will know soon enough whether or not this letter is a fake, or if I had reason to disturb you, Lestrade. But you must understand that we couldn't take even the slightest chance.
Perhaps. Why not simply put this thing under lock and key in the bank or at Scotland Yard?
We cannot risk storing the painting in an improper environment or to entrust it to anyone who calls it a thing.
All that would achieve would be to shift the problem. This painting is priceless. Beware he who would harm it. What I propose, Lestrade, is to do a tour of the museum with Sir Pointer in order to check any possible points of break and entry, and leave 2 men on duty here tonight. In addition, Director, you must close the museum to the public and not let anyone else in.
If you feel it's necessary.
And you, Holmes?
I'll pass by tomorrow at dawn. We'll know then what we're up against. Should the unthinkable have occurred, I insist that nothing is touched until I arrive. Is that clear? Let's be off, Watson.
Listen, Inspector, I have a lot of work to take care of. It would be better if I leave you to do a tour by yourself. You are, after all, a professional. Here are the keys to all of the locked doors. If you need me, I'll be in my office.
Well, I best inspect the museum to find any of Lupin's possible exits, including mice holes.
さて、今プレイヤーはレストレーブ警部となって館内の見回りをして、戸締まりがきちんとなっているかを確認していきます。
We need a cannon to force this door down. The lock is too big to be jimmied, and I'll leave a man on duty in place. If Lupin does come, it won't be that way.
正門は大丈夫みたいですね。
No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
こっちは大丈夫です。ここは工房です。まあ、絵を復元したり、メンテナンスをしたりとか、そういった工房でしょうね。
Ha ha! There is a possible entry. If someone wanted to descend from the roof here, he'd need a lot of time, and it wouldn't be a quiet business. But I'd be wise to leave a man on duty here, and he will signal the alarm at any suspicious movement coming from the roof. Arsène Lupin. It's you and I now. It's dark in this box room. Good. No windows, no possible entry. No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
さあ、じゃあ、館内の見回りはこれで OK でしょうか。 支配人に報告してみましょう。
I will make sure there are no windows and therefore ways in. Here.
Do your work. I will draw a map for you, Inspector.
Wait for tonight. There. The director and his underling have left. Time for us to play now. It could be that this whole robbery is nothing but nonsense. If not, we're prepared. And this Lupin will play right into our hands. I'll lock the main door to the museum, and you will be locked in. Jeffries is on duty in Trafalgar Square, and the yard is nearby. Nothing to worry about there. The doors leading in will be locked, but you will each have everything you need to open them. Stay hidden and cover your light so you cannot be seen from the roof. You, Lockhart, will be stationed near the painting itself. At the least provocation, go down to the entrance and sound the alarm. The walls are too thick, so you will have to go down for your whistle to be heard. In case of real trouble, be sure to fire with deadly accuracy, because if you even graze one of the paintings, your great-grandchildren will still be paying off your debts. Finally, you'll just have to be content with your lanterns. Gas is too expensive. Let's go, men. Keep your wits about you. You'll be relieved at 4 a.m. Go on, you cantankerous codger. You have work to do.